big number, big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Ay, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, round it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted.
Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Now, 180.
Mike's 56. Check Mike, check Mike.
Carr now on first down. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Carr. This one caught by Davis. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. It's caught. Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check, 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 check. Slam, slam, slam. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
This is Josh Jacobs, the Alabama man, with his first NFL carry. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
Down. 180.
Check in, check in. Defense wins championships, baby.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
I'm going to run you
They go with Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guy. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. On second down, it's Lindsay. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run. It's Lindsay. Breaks through the contact. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Throwing here on first down. Flacco. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. On second down, a run with Lindsay. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A huge play there for Denver. 58 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll try to run with Lindsay, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Third and goal, Flacco. And he's got it. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Broncos had 15 fourth down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. They're going with Lindsay. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Down, 180.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now it's Lindsey. They find some open field here. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long.
Mike's 50, Mike. Dude.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 84 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. On first down, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This pass from Carr taken in by Waller. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
6-6, pull it high.
They'll run on first down. Richard. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Carr completes it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Let's get out the field, defense.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch out.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
What now? What it is?
Hey, watch your leg.
Throwing on first down is Carr. It's caught by Davis. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Bring it. Bring it. 56.
Here's Carr to throw. That's complete to Richard, the running back. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 37.
Back. Showing it.
Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Who that?
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Complete to Jones. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Slam. Gun.
Flacco on the give to Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Completes it to Davis. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Ready? What's up? Hey, defense, let's go.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get this score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Dad,
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Check it out, Reed. Joker.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Hey, box truck.
59. Oh, yeah.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And the return this time will go out to the... ...42-yard line.
Intercepted. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Down. 185. 56. Not today, you want. Not today.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On 1st down, Richard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flush to his right. He'll run it, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Carr being chased out left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, man, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
29.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. Well, now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. The Raiders on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Shotgun now for Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Another run by Lindsay. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down at 6. The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football. And
try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way. But you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On third down, Richard. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
56, Mike, 56.
Carr now on first down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Now Carr, he'll find his running back here, Richard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now the second down throw on target. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. On first down, Carr. This one caught by Davis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 47.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Carr to throw again. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Throwing now is Carr. Trying to lay one up deep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's going to loft one deep left side. And got his man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Carr now on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. To throw, it's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Carr now to throw. Now a desperate, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Trevor Davis, 70 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll actually throw it with Locke. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Maurice Hurst. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And they, in fact, will throw it. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Denver, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks.